Good evening, Donna Michelle. It was a very heated debate here tonight at district headquarters where the school board heard from hundreds of people who were passionate about removing this book or keeping it on. In the end of the day, they decided to remove the book right now and review the whole entire supplemental reading curriculum. They're going to do that over the next few weeks and decide which books should remain and which books should replace. But in the end, it was a very long and contentious debate.
I'm going to speak from the heart. Please do the courageous thing and remove this book from the curriculum.
I feel that life isn't all pretty. Sometimes it is ugly, and we're not doing our kids any favors if we don't show them what happens in other cultures.
A small room quickly turned into a room of emotion.
Being required to read this kind of text in class was completely unusual and shocking to me.
I, for one, had never heard of the problems that Native Americans face. I gained a great deal of perspective from this book.
140 people made up of students, district staff, and community members packed the room to share their thoughts on the true diary of a part-time Indian being taught in the classroom.
And I read the book, and it tore me apart.
Sharon BLAIR is leading the crusade to get it out of the classroom after her sophomore grandson read it in his English class.
I do not want our children exposed to explicit, filthy, racist things.
She calls the book filth, citing several sexual passages and the use of the N and F word.
It is not a teacher's responsibility to feel that they are in control of our children. These children came from our wombs. You have them as teachers for a small part of a day. We have them for a lifetime.
I like Sherman Alexie because he shows that life isn't always wrapped up in a neat little package.
Lorinda Williams is a mother of students in the Meridian School District. She supports keeping the book on the list of reading material.
Students don't shed their constitutional rights at the schoolhouse gates.
Monica Hopkins is executive director of the ACLU of Idaho. She agrees with Williams and does not want the book removed. Hopkins says because the district considers this book a supplemental reading resource and students had other options, the book should be left alone. She worries removing the book could possibly be an infringement on the First Amendment right, and she wasn't alone in her feelings.
I have read this book cover to cover. It's about a boy who goes through great effort to get a better education. If this isn't what school is about, what it isn't, this book should not be banned.
But in the end, the feelings of those in the room will be taken into consideration by the board as they make their final decision. And as we said, those feelings were considered tonight by the school board. Again, they have voted to remove the book for the rest of this school year. They're going to look at it and all supplemental reading resources that are taught in Meridian schools. They will then decide which books should not be taught and which ones should. I did talk to Sharon BLAIR, the woman who filed the petition after the meeting. She says she is joyed and that there needs to be a new book put in its place. Monica Hopkins with the ACLU of Idaho says she's simply confused by their decision and wants them to look at it and is asking to see the minutes from this meeting because she feels something may be wrong. We're live in Meridian tonight. Chris Oswald, Today 6 on your side.